Okay. Okay. Today we are going to start a new module, that is module number 3, fire alarm systems. Okay. So before getting to the topic, you have any idea about fire extinguisher and what is the conventional basis of fire extinguishers like that? Any idea? Fire extinguisher. Please give me the reply.
No, sir. No, not. I'm not having technical about it.
Hmm. Hmm.
Sir, not having the technical idea how it works.
Okay.
Fire extinguisher. About fire extinguisher, I'm
Fire
saying.
extinguisher, you know, right? Fire extinguisher. Have idea about fire extinguisher?
Yeah, to stop the spread of fire, extinguisher fire.
Yes, by using the nitrogen gas like that.
Yes,
There
sir.
will be
Am I
a
audible, sir?
yes, audible. Okay, so there are different types of fire extinguishers are there which are used in the conventional market. Okay, which are used in the conventional market as well as it is available in the present status. Okay, fire extinguisher. Okay, so based upon the building size, they will fix the fire extinguisher. Okay, so here fire alarm system. So as per your syllabus, I am going to explain about how to design the fire alarm system. This is one of the new technique which are nowadays which are installed in any type of commercialized buildings. Okay, any type of commercial buildings. Okay. So in this module we are going to discuss about the basics of fire alarm system and what are the needs of fire alarm system and what are the different types of fire alarm detectors and what are the different types of fire alarm systems. There are two types of fire alarm systems are there. One is conventional fire alarm system, another one is addressable fire alarm system. Okay, which can be operated by using the wireless mode also you can do it. Okay, and the advantage of this fire alarm system to predict or to identify the fire at the primary stage itself. Okay, so to avoid the secondary stage of damage. Okay, that is one process here. Okay, now we will get into the topic. Introduction about fire alarm system. Generally the fire alarm system which is used to alert an emergency situation so that human beings can take action to protect ourselves, staff and the general public. Okay, these fire alarms are majorly available in office, factories means whether it will be a small scale industry, large scale and a medium scale industry, public buildings, okay, including the private buildings as well as private means commercialized buildings as well as the domestic buildings also, and they are also part of our everyday routine. Okay, and one more thing, it will be give an emergency signal. Okay, it will be give an emergency signal to save a million number of lives. Okay, and what are the different methods of detection? Okay, if any accident will be happen, the alarm which is fixed there, it will be triggered. Okay, what is the meaning of triggering in power electronics? Can anyone? What is the meaning of triggering? You are studying power electronics subject, right? What is the meaning of triggering? Anyone? Naveen Kumar? Meaning of triggering. The alarm is triggered.
Turning on from
Yeah, it will be turn
so
on.
on.
Yes,
Switching it on.
it will be turn on, because in technical term we can say it will be triggering, because we are power electronics people, so we have to mention the word called triggering. Okay, this triggering term which is only applicable in power electronics theme. Okay, if any accident will happen, the alarm which is fixed in the buildings, it will be triggered. So based upon the triggering, the sound waves will become and it will be operate to warn people who are available inside the building. Okay, and this fire alarm system we can operate it, or it can be incorporated in the remote signal systems also. Okay, majorly it will be called as a general station. We can use it like general station, like SCADA we can operate it. Okay, and the brain of fire detector system is the fire alarm control panel. Okay, this is one more question. The brain of fire detection system is dash means you have to write fire alarm control panel. What is fire alarm control panel? It is a central hub for all the detector signals to be wired and to provide a status indicators to the user. Okay, what is fire alarm control panel? It is a central hub for all of detector signals to be wired and to provide a status indicator to the users. This unit can be used to simulate an alarm in a routine wire and as well as evacuation drilling machines. So all the staffs who knows what action has to be taken on the real fire. Okay, so this is the general circuit or architecture of fire alarm system. You see, this is the fire alarm control panel, and there will be a LED indicators, red light will be there, and here there will be a manual, okay, control manual line will be there, and here you see it will be closed light switch. These are all the detectors. Okay, one for smoke detector, another for heat detectors, another for ultrasonic detectors, like that. Okay, these are all the different types of fire alarm detectors. Okay, so if any accident will be happen, for example, if any fire accident will be happen, the smoke will be touch this particular layout, and this fire detector, heat detector system will be detect the signal and it will be give the alarm, send it to the control panel. So here the control panel will give the triggering signal through the light. Okay, so it will be operated by an electric circuit. It will be totally closed loop electric circuit. Okay, can anyone tell me this is series circuit or parallel circuit? Can anyone tell me? Series circuit or parallel circuit?
Series.
Series. So what is the difference between series and parallel?
Sir, it's series circuit.
Yes, series circuit. So what is the basic difference between series and parallel circuit? In series circuit, what happened? The current is same, voltage is different. Okay.
It is connected in the.
Yes. Okay. Current is same, voltage is different. Here they are operating this fire alarm control panel. We can operate it at a minimum 12 volt to maximum 230 volt. We can operate by using the AC supply line. And here there are 3 parameters which we are connecting here. If one parameter, for example, this first detector, it's not working, automatically the signal is not sent to the second detector. So that is one of the drawback here. So all the detectors, it should be connected only in the series line. Okay, then only we can get a proper current flow. Okay. Definition of fire alarm system. The major definition of fire alarm system, which is used to detect the presence of unwanted fire in a protected spaces by monitoring environmental changes associated with the combustion. Okay, and this fire alarm system can be activated either by automatically or manually or both. Okay, automatically means by using the fire control panel we can operate. Manually means how to operate manually. Can anyone? How to operate manually? Anyone tell me? Manual operation. Manually, how to operate manually? Which equipment we can use fire alarm system manually? Can anyone? Please give me the reply.
So HMI.
No, that is automatic system. HMI, human machine interface, should be automatic system. Manually means what? How to operate manually? Because in the building, okay.
So a particular person has to go and activate it.
Yes, particular person has to go and activate it. Maybe you can take example called a fire extinguisher. Fire extinguisher will be operated by manually. Okay. The person, if any accident will happen, the person should go and he should know about the knowledge about how to operate the fire extinguisher. Then only he can handle that equipment. Okay. And what are the needs of fire alarm system? The purpose of using fire alarm system, which is used to notify the people to evacuate in the event of fire or other emergency, to call a fire protection department for emergency aid, and to activate other associated systems to control the spread of fire as well as the smoke. It is not worth noting that the fire alarm system is an essential measure, but not the only measure for fire safety of a building in terms of both regulations and reality. Concerning fire alarm systems, it is critical to properly select and place detectors according to the layout and use of space. This is the fire alarm system block diagram. 10 mark question.
Sir, but see, sir,
Ashu Anand, tell me.
sir, but in fire alarm system, I don't think that there is any manual use, because when automatic fire alarm system has came, then I don't think that manually there will be any use.
Manual operation, you are not saying it's not user. I can't understand.
Sir, because automatic fire alarm system can detect only automatic fire alarm system, whenever it will be there, it will detect only before only. Then what is the use of manual? That I must.
What is the use of manual? See, yeah, everything is investment cost, Mr. Ashu, because most of the buildings nowadays only everyone will be coming for this automatic system. Previously, what they will do? They will go for manual operations only. Nowadays, you see in the present situation, most of the buildings till now they are not operated fully automatic system in our country, including the government sector also. Okay. Now we'll look into the fire alarm system block diagram. There are 3 blocks are there. The first one is initiating device. What is initiating devices? There are different parameters: manual pulling stations, heat detectors, smoke detectors, flame detectors, tamper switches, water flow switch, combination detectors. Can anyone tell me what is a heat detector? Ashu, what is heat detector? What is heat detector? Can anyone?
Sir,
Heat detector.
A type of sensor which detects the temperature and heat.
It detects only the heat. It's like temperature. Smoke detector means it will be detect only the flare, only the smoke. Flame detector, it will detect only the flame. Okay, type of flame. And the water flow switch. What is water flow switch? Anyone? What is water flow switch? Water flow switch. Anyone?
I think that wherever the fire is there, it will spread whole water in the building. I think something like
in your house
that.
there will be a water flow switch will be there, right? A common water flow switch will be there. Okay, it will be a rotary type switch. Okay, which will be rotated in a 360-degree angle. Okay, which the switch will be placed in terms of vertical direction in the pipeline. Okay, they'll fix it. That is nothing but water flow setup, which will be entirely control the flow of water in the residential building as well as the domestic buildings. Okay, these are the initiating devices. This is my first block. The second block will be system control unit. That is nothing but alarm panel. Here the alarm panel will be a fire alarm control panel. Okay, what is the process? The process of this system control unit, which is process the signal from initiating devices to your alerting system devices. Alerting system means notifying appliances. Here only we are going to place bells, buzzers, or recording voice messages, strobe lights, speaker, horns. Okay, so this is the general block diagram of fire alarm system. The first block will be initiating device, second block will be a system control unit, third block will be notification alarm. So to process a signal from block 1 to block number 3, that is initiating devices to notifying appliances, we need a common control panel. This control panel only will process the signals from initiating devices to notifying appliances. For example, here if they are fixing a heat detector in the residential room, so what happened, this heat detector will be sends only the heat signal. Okay, heat signal. This heat signal as an input, which is be given as an input to the system control unit. So this system control unit which process the heat signal and converting in terms of and information system, whether you can connect it to the bell or buzzer or recorded voice messages. It mainly depends upon the requirements of the humans. Any doubt in the block diagram? Any doubt in the block diagram?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Okay. What are the different types of fire alarm detectors? Heat detector, first one. Second one, smoke detector. Third, carbon monoxide detector, CO detectors. And multi-sensor detectors, manual call points. You see this one. These are all the different types of detector which are used in the market. One is heat detector, smoke detector, carbon monoxide detector, multi-sensor detector. Another one is manual call point detector. Apart from this, there are IR detectors also be available in the market, that I am going to explain it now. First, we will see step by step. First one, heat detector. You see this. This heat detector will be sense only the heat. Okay, here this diagram, this first block will be the heat detector. Okay, which will be sense only the heat signal and which will see the indicator like 135 degree Celsius. Okay, then it will be given alarm. You see here. You see the heat detector which will be get into that, this nozzles will be activated, which will be sense only the changes in ambient temperature of the room. Okay, if the ambient temperature rises above the predetermined threshold value, threshold means you are already fixed the value. For example, 100 degrees Celsius, which is already fixed by the manufacturer, but in the room it will be detect 110 degrees Celsius, means immediately the alarm signal will trigger. Okay, this is basically depends upon the basically depends upon the rate of rise of temperature and fixed temperature as well as both. Okay, as well as both. Okay, if a sudden temperature rise above the change such as 8 kilo per minute will activate the alarm. Okay, this fixed temperature heat detectors are activated when an ambient temperature reaches a fixed threshold such as 85 degree or 58 degrees Celsius. Okay, this heat detectors normally used in the spaces such as kitchens or utility areas, laundry rooms or garages where smoke and fire detectors should not be installed. This will allow extra time to evacuate the building or to put out the fire if possible. The second detector is smoke detector. There are three basic types of smoke detectors. One is ionization, second one is light scattering, third one is light obscuring. Okay, generally smoke detector which will be detect only the smoke and issue signals to the fire alarm system. Okay, there are many different smoke detectors based on the different mechanism and designs are available in the market. Some of the common types are ionization smoke detectors, photoelectric. Photoelectric means it will be optical type smoke detectors, hair sampling smoke detectors, carbon monoxide or carbon dioxide CO or CO2 detectors are available. Okay, out of which a photoelectric detector which will be sense only the light. Okay, which will be sense the light source. Okay, maybe the intensity of the light. Okay, if the light passes in front of the detector in a straight line when the smoke enters the optical chamber across the path of the light beam, some light is scattered by the smoke particles and directed at the sensor. Maybe this concept you already studied in electromagnetic fields. Okay, how the light rays will be passed. Maybe how to design a rectangular coordinate system, Cartesian, spherical coordinate system. Okay, this can anyone tell me this photoelectric detector is a light sensor? Okay, it will be whether it will be a rectangular or spherical or Cartesian coordinate system. Can anyone tell me? Can anyone?
Concave.
Huh? Which will detect a circular coordinate system, because if the light will be fixed at the top, okay, at the top of the building, okay, the rooftop, it will be sensed only in a particular direction. Maybe it will be called some radius, maybe a 50 degrees like that. some radius only it will be detected. That is nothing but we are going to fix a circular coordinate system here. This is the ionization detector where a small amount of radioactive materials that ionize the air between a positive and negative electrodes. The conductance between these electrodes is measured here, and also an introduction of the smoke into this sampling chamber of the detector, which reduces the conductance between the electrodes here. Okay, when the conductance falls below the preset value, that is nothing but threshold, the detector is triggered. Okay, here an ionization detector generally contains a chamber. There are two chambers are there. You see here there are two chambers are there. The first one should be a reference to compensate for changes in ambient temperature. Ambient temperature means maybe humidity or pressure. The second chamber contains a radioactive source using like alpha particles which ionize the air. Okay, ionizing air, that is mu r value is equal to 1 passing through the chamber where the current flows between the electrodes. When the smoke enters the chamber, the current flow decreases. The drop in the current flow is used to initiate an alarm. Okay. Next one, light scattering smoke detector. This is the light scattering smoke detector. Here it will be operated by using the Tyndall effect. Okay, the light scattering smoke detector will be operated by Tyndall effect. Here there will be a photocell and a light source. Okay, photocell and light source are separated from each other by a darker chamber, such that light source does not fall on the photocell. Okay, the passage of smoke into the chamber causes the light from the source to be scattered and fall on the photocell. Then the photocell output is being used to initiate an alarm. You see here, see the light source fall on the chamber, then it will be detected. The photocell will be being initiated an alarm. Okay, so the light source will be an input, the photocell will be an output here. Okay, this is light scattering smoke detector. The next one is light obscuring smoke detector. This is a light obscuring smoke detector. Here the smoke interferes with the light beam because there will be a light source and photocell which will be placed in the horizontal direction. Okay, as well as which are separated from each other with the smallest distance. Okay, this photocell which measures the amount of light will receive it. The variation in the photocell output is being initiated to an alarm. Okay, this type of fire detection equipment can be used to protect a large area with the light source and photocell some distance apart. Next one is air sampling smoke detector. This air sampling smoke detector, which is used to detect microscopic particles of the smoke. Okay, microscopic particles, very minute particles of the smoke will be detected. Okay, this air sampling are drawn past of sensitive optical element which is used to detect the extremely small particles of combustion. There are different types of sensor are used in the higher value or mission critical areas. This smoke detection sensor using an air sampling smoke detectors can provide multiple levels of alarm threshold such as alert and action, and therefore achieve high sensitivity in smoke detection. The next one is carbon monoxide detector. This is the carbon monoxide detector here. The other name of carbon monoxide detector is also known as CO fire detectors. This CO fire detectors will be operated by the electronic detectors, which is used to detect the outbreak of fire by sensing the level of carbon monoxide in the air. Okay, and this carbon monoxide is a poisoning gas produced by combustion. In this distance, these detectors are not seen as carbon monoxide detectors used in the home for protecting residents against carbon monoxide produced by incomplete combustion in appliances such as gas fires or boilers. Okay, this carbon monoxide fire detectors use the same type of sensor or those in the home but are more sensitive and respond more quickly. Okay, and this CO detectors have an electrochemical cell which sends carbon monoxide.
Sir, one doubt, sir.
Tell me.
Sir, actually, I want to ask where it is usually used. Means how carbon monoxide is produced when there is a closed packed room where fire is
Where?
there. Where it is mostly used.
Usually
I just
it will be fixed
that
only
only
in the chemical factories.
where it is
Yes,
mostly
it will be mostly used
used.
in leather industries as well as the chemical industries. Okay, chemical industries, they are using this carbon monoxide detectors, not in the home. Next one is flame detectors. Flame detectors are directly by using optical sensors. Optical sensor means there are different types. One is UV sensor, ultraviolet sensor. Second one is infrared flame detectors, and both UV and IR flame detectors are also be used. Okay, what is UV flame detectors? UV flame detector was used to sense the UV light by using the wavelength, okay, lambda shorter than 300 nanometers. These detectors which detects fires and explosions within 3 to 4 milliseconds due to ultraviolet radiations. Okay, false alarms can be triggered by UV source such as lightning, arc welding and sunlight. In order to reduce the false alarm, a time delay included in the detectors. And infrared flame detector work with the infrared spectral band. Hot gases emit a specific spectral pattern in the infrared region, which can be sensed with a thermal imaging camera. Okay, and here if you want to operate both UV and IV flame detectors in a building, we have to use ungate configurations to minimize the false alarms. Multi-sensor detectors are also be using in nowadays in most of the buildings, which combine both optical and heat sensors and produce them using a sophisticated algorithm. Sophisticated algorithm means that there will be optimization algorithms that they are writing it, okay, to operate the control panels. Manual component. This is the manual call points. What is manual call points? This manual call point or break glass call point, which is a device which enables the personnel to raise the alarm by breaking the fragile element. Okay, this triggers. For example, you people are traveling operated by the what is that, lift, right? The outside of the lift, this manual call point they will fix and covered by a glass. Okay, this is a manual call point switch, it will be covered by the glass. Okay, if any this point, that is if your control panel is not operating at that time, this manual call point we have to operate it, and by using the break we have to break the glass, then we have to operate it. Okay, this is a manual call point which is unusually which is fixed in many buildings, this manual call points. Okay, what are the comparison of typical automatic fire detectors? Okay, in terms of heat, here we are comparing with heat, smoke, flame, particle sampling. Detection speed, if you make fixed heat detectors, the detection speed is very slow, probability will be low, detector cost is low. If you fix smoke, it is fast, probability medium, and detector cost is medium. When you come to the flame, very fast, detection speed is very fast and high, and detector cost is high. Particle sampling fast, and here low and medium in probability value. When I come to the detector cost, it is medium and high. So compared to this, most of the buildings nowadays they are using this heat detector, smoke and flame detectors. If we go to textile industries, they are having this all the three detectors, because if any accident will happen in the textile industry, the entire industry will be collapsed. So to make it as a safety precautions, most of the textile industries, they are fixing this all the detectors. Thank you. Any doubts?